Good morning, the presenters and the listeners.
All right, thank you for joining us on the show this
It's a
morning.
pleasure.
All right, and dear listener, of course, you can be part of the conversation. You can ask your questions, put a call across, or send us a message. 0805 897 5897. 0805 897 5897. You can also log on to our Facebook page at Eco FM at Eco FM on Facebook and drop your comments on that video. All right, Dr. Ajibade, you listen to the Taufik story that we painted. What are your thoughts? What do you think could have been done differently?
Okay. Um, Let me start by saying the topic that made the secret of living healthy, and based on what happened to Mr. Taufik, it shows Mr. Taufik was not healthy. So he was deceased and he passed away because of the disease. This, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to design three headlines. I'm going to talk about three headlines. One is we need to identify what disease is. What is disease? What causes disease? Number two, we need to look into preventive measures to living healthy. And number three, that's a three headline. The third one, I'm going to talk about secrets to get those that are deceased out of their present condition.
Okay, those who are
Yeah, who are living with disease,
or some form of
having
illness.
one health issue or the other. I'm going to reveal a secret, a way out to that problem. So that's going to be the three headlines that the angle I'm going to come in.
Okay.
So number one, we need to understand before we can live healthy, or if we are working towards living healthy, we need to understand what disease is, what is causing disease. So if you only want to live healthy, it means that that person wants to be free from chronic diseases and all type of diseases. Number one, what is causing disease? All these diseases here and there, what are the causes? The major cause is our lifestyle. Our lifestyle. For you to understand this, I'm going to paint some scenarios. Number one, let's look back in the olden days. People that lived then, they live to uh, a ripe age. Right. But now, the reverse is the case. Then you will see a 70-year-old man or woman still living healthy, looking healthy, even if they die then. You will hear that the person still has a father or mother. But now, if a 70-year-old man should die today, everybody will believe the man is age enough. Now it is age enough, but then it wasn't. So what makes the difference?
Well, if you look at the life expectancy rate,
I mean, globally, actually,
It has significantly dropped.
dropped exactly, and so we
What's the
need to
cause?
look at exactly that.
What is causing this?
those are the things you are
You,
answering.
yes, I will tell you, I will reveal all that. If you look at then, even their stamina, you see 90-year-old person, man, riding a bicycle, still moving around as if he's 50, 60. But now, if you compare the 90-year-old person then, riding a bicycle, still very agile, and our own 90-year-old, now, you will see maybe a 90-year-old person now, you have to be supporting him to even walk. What, what has changed? I will tell you. Number one, their way of life then and our own way of life now are completely different. Let me start from what they eat then and what we eat now. Then if they want to eat yam, they will cook the yam with the peel. They don't peel the yam before cooking. But now, for me, how do you cook your own yam? You want to cook yam?
So
You peel.
you want us to cook the yam with the back. Is that what you're saying?
I just want to tell you the differences.
Mm.
Then they will just wash the yam, they cook it, and at the end of the day, when the yam is done, that is when they now peel. But now we peel before cooking. Secondly, their plantain. If they want to eat plantain, they boil without peeling.
I still do that.
Okay, I still do that.
But a lot of people ask them, they fry the plantain.
She does that too.
And so she does that when it comes to frying.
If they want to eat maize, then they cook without peeling.
Mm.
But now we peel before cooking. And there are a lot of ways, even the way they cook them without all this different seasoning. But now we have introduced, if you heat the food then, and the food we have now, you will see a lot of differences. The process the food undergone before it's ready is completely different. So now, with what they were eating then, they had strong cells, strong organs, and strong men and women. But with what we are eating now, we have weak cells, weak organ, and weak men. And that's why you see men then, you see them very agile, very strong. And that's why you see a man then marrying 2, 3 wives. And he will be very strong, meeting with all of them.
Apart from the fact that they use those wives on farm and the children.
Aside that, you see them very agile. They do their responsibility with their wife, each of them. But now, our men are very weak because of the weak cells, weak hormone, because of what we eat.
That look, you're addressing the audience.
Are you not the man?
Why is he being so direct? Right?
Now, even a man now cannot even handle a wife.
Imagine.
I see a lot of men looking for manpower before they can perform their bedroom responsibility. Somebody in the last couple of weeks, a patient called that I've not seen the rider. Let him come. My wife will arrive this weekend. So I need to have that manpower before our arrival. So now a man cannot even satisfy just one woman. Are you seeing the difference? So people coming asking for manpower before to support the system before they can perform. So you can see then and now. This is as a result of the lifestyle changes for the man.
Before you move on, we have a lot of people who grew up under that setting, especially the style of cooking their meals and all of this. Like you said, just washing your yam to cook before you eat them.
I would want him to talk about the benefit of cooking with the back.
We
Maybe
really
after
want you to know
answered
the
your
benefits.
question. Yeah.
But there are some people who still do that practice, but yet they fall into the category of the weak people that you're talking about now, because it's been identified also by some other people that even the quality of crops and food produce we have now, they've been so, let me use the word, laden with fertilizers and chemicals to make them maybe grow bigger and all of those things. So is there any way around it at all? Or we've just lost that culture to what used to be in the past?
We have not lost that completely. The point is, people in the village, most of them still eat from natural things.
Thank you.
What they cook, what they plant by themselves, not for commercial purpose. Those that are planting for commercial purpose, those are the ones that are using something to make the output something that will be bigger to fetch more profit.
Okay.
The same thing is applicable to livestock and the likes, feeding them with things that will make them grow very fast. At the end of the day, the hormones are dangerous to the body. So that's the answer. We still have some going into or farming for the sake of what their family will hate. But those that are involving in commercial purpose, those are the ones that uh, they use some things to
So
in
I
order
mean,
to make more profit.
those are eating from them really do
And
have much options.
yes, and that is what is being supplied, especially to people living in cities.
Mm-hmm.
There's no farmland, so you just have to buy what is available. So most of what we eat are no more natural. You can see the lifestyle I'm talking about. Most of things that we eat, they are no more natural compared to them.
But let's
So that's one of the significant uh, thing that is affecting our. It's all these things are weakening the cells, and when the cells are weak, it will affect the tissues. It will weaken the tissues as well as once the tissue, because cells, tissue make organs.
what are the benefits though of cooking with the back of some of this?
All the natural ingredients, the nutrients
And
will
the
remain. Yes, they will remain. You will retain it.
But the
Like, let me
natural
give you an
ingredients
example.
will
Like
develop in the crops itself.
eating chicken,
Mm.
or even meat. The fats, all these hormones that I just mentioned, the hormones, the fats, they stored on the skin, and not most of the hormones are stored on the skin. So that's why I do advise, even if you are eating chicken, don't eat with the back. Remove the back and eat the. That means you've been able to undo some percentage of the fats, unhealthy fats that you will have consumed. So anytime you are eating even meat, remove the back, eat the main meat. Remove the chicken skin and eat the chicken. So the same thing is applicable to, but the reverse is the case. So yam and the likes. The nutrients, as the fats got stored on the skin, the nutrients, we have a larger percentage of the nutrients in
the back of
those things.
Okay.
So they maintain and they get a full nutrients from what they are taking. So these are the reason, the kind of lifestyle, the kind of food are the reasons behind why we have a lot of diseases these days. Then you hardly hear cancer, diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, and the likes. But now cancer is like malaria. You hear this having cancer, that having cancer. So a lot of people coming to the clinic, even you see someone that is not even of age, that will be nursing high blood pressure, having cancer, having arthritis. And those diseases are diseases of the age in the past. You hardly see someone who is an adult or very young. Let me give you another scenario. Go to the villages. Go and sample, just sample like 40 houses and check how many of the household people living there are having diabetes or high blood pressure or cancer or severe arthritis. You hardly see. Maybe out of 40, you see like 3 or 4. But go to cities, go and check, just sample, same 40. You hardly see a house or a building that will not have one chronic disease.
Apart from food, what about the the kind of life we live? Most of those rural areas you spoke about back in the day, they engage more in physical activities. Those that will go to
They go to
farm, those
farm.
that will go fishing, different physical activities then. But these days, with white collar jobs, from the AC in your house to the AC in your car, you're in traffic for hours, you get to the office, you sit down for so long, and then you're leaving, you close late, you're back in traffic, back to your house, and people rarely have time, especially when it comes to urban areas. You rarely have time to do something physical, as they used to do back in the day.
Yes. Um, that's going to be part of the solution I'm going to recommend anyway. But let me quickly mention this.
Mhm.
I've mentioned food
Yes.
Another thing which is very important is the kind of oil that we consume. Oil, because most of the oil outside there, they are unsaturated oil, they are not good. And then when you consume them, it leads to inflammation in the body system, it affects cardiovascular health. So, and that's why you see a lot of inflammation cases around the town. Then the kind of water we take, cold water, cold drink, anything cold, it's not healthy. So we have
Some will
to
even eat blood.
block. So
Somebody like
anything cold,
Dr. What? Dr. Ajibade, I mean, as much as we know we are speaking to some of the causative factors behind these diseases, sometimes there are some things that can be taken away when it comes to the culture or the lifestyle that people have found themselves. Someone that has been under the sun, has been hustling. That's a physical activity, by the way. Has been hustling and all of those things, and just needs something cold,
the best
cold
thing for
water
that person as at that time
to
is to
drink.
take ordinary water. Because if you take cold water, it will shock your body system. It will shock the arteries, it will shock the veins, it will shock the whole body. So inside of you is warm. So if you take something, it's going to shock the body. So it's not advisable. And
At
it
any
can
point in
affect
time.
it's not even advisable at all. So if you want a good health for yourself, avoid anything cold.
there are certain drinks that if it's not food, you can't drink.
Then avoid the drink.
Eh?
Yeah, that's it. If your health is priority, then you have to avoid anything cold. It is not good. It shocks the body system. So if you take anything and the digestion is very slow,
It slows down the
slows down the digestion. It's and that's why a lot of people are having constipation and the likes.
What about people
Indigestion.
would say even the inside of the system is hot. So whenever you're ingesting cold liquid, immediately
it helps balance.
Balance the temperature inside.
You help the body system more if you take something warm, if not warm, ordinary water. Because the inside of you is warm. That's naturally. So if you assist the body system by ingesting something warm, it promotes circulation. Even toxins from all these unsaturated junk food, the warm thing will dissolve any blockages found in the bloodstream. It will allow flow. So, but if it takes anything cold, it's more dangerous. Then sugar and the like. So that's the area of food.
Okay.
Taking too much sugar, any sugar food, any sugary drink, is harmful to the body system. So that's the area of food. Then stress. That's another lifestyle. Most of people today, we are not managing stress the way we are supposed to manage it. And one thing we don't know is this. You can see stress affects the neural cells. And the neural cells controls the adrenal gland as well as the whole cell in the body system. And the adrenal gland is the one that is producing adrenaline and cortisol hormone. And once you are stressed, your body will automatically release a stress hormone. And the thing with that stress hormone is it destroys the body system. Once the body releases, it's like releasing tear gas. It's like releasing something that is dangerous. So once you stress your body system, the hormone, the adrenal gland will release cortisol hormone. And it is a stress.
What do you mean by stress? Because sometimes you don't even know what.
Sometimes you're just going about your daily
What
activities,
stress is
trying to
that?
get your urgent pay.
I mean, that's just your way of life.
Once-
That is what
What
it is.
qualifies
As stress.
stress?
Once you feel, let me use you for example.
No, you
Working,
judge.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Fumi, yeah.
if you work in an office and you feel you are tired, your body system, just try and understand what your body is saying. You feel that I'm tired, I need to rest. And you keep doing that thing without observing a break. That means at that point, your body is telling you, you will know that I'm stressed, I need rest. So at that point, you need to take a break. If not, if you continue doing what you are doing, your body will try to adjust by releasing some hormones for you to keep going.
Okay.
And those hormones is called the cortisol and the adrenaline. So those hormones, the cortisol, will definitely harm the body system.
Mm.
So, and once you feel that I need to rest, if it's just 10 minutes break, just stand up and walk away, go and relax. If something is, it's the stress, it can be financial stress, it can be
Just
environmental
want to walk
stress,
away.
just anything that is
Doctor, are we
disturbing
being
you.
practical here?
Yeah.
Some people do not even have that luxury. Maybe if you're working for yourself or you have your own business and all. But majority of the people, because I mean we are trying to help everybody have a healthy living, but we should be practicable with the lifestyle that people
Sometimes you
found
have
themselves.
deadlines.
Sometimes you can't take that break. It's against your will. I mean, we have people working in banks that can't even handle anything else for 5 hours, 6 hours. What is the fate of people like this?
Once they cannot stand up, that means they are sacrificing their health for that job. It's nature, you cannot cheat nature. What your body is telling you is like if your car is showing this yellow light that fuel is about to.
Check engine,
So it's telling you fuel this
vehicle.
vehicle. And you say, let me keep going. You keep going. You know, it can affect your pump. It's pump. It can affect that. Then it can stop on the way. So once you just feel, let me keep going, our body is very strong. It's a very strong machine. Your body will adjust. It will keep adjusting at the expense of your good health. So once, irrespective of how busy the job is, you just have to make sure that you give your body what it needs so that you can keep using, you can be able to make use of the body for a very long time. So once you walk for a full concentration on whatever you are doing for 1 hour is enough. Stand up, have like 5 minutes break. That's the ideal thing. Whatever you are doing, once it's like 1 hour, stand up for like 5 minutes, have a recess, relax, then you can come back. But having something done for a very long time is not good for the body. Even sitting down for more than 1 hour is very dangerous, even especially for men.
For writers, because it happens to me when I write. Once I get up, I lose my line of
Of thought.
thought.
And
You know,
the block sets
the
in.
block setting, I will find it hard to go back to that script. So once I have a script, I could sit for 5, 6 hours straight until I'm done. Then I know, okay, I've put my thoughts together. But if I get up, coming back before I go back to that script, it's going to be difficult.
Then you have to re-strategize. Once you have it in mind that you need to re-strategize so that it will not affect your health, then you should be able to control your thoughts. This thing is a general thing, especially men that sit for a very long time. I do tell them, even those that do complain of erectile dysfunction, when they come to the clinic, I ask them about their lifestyle. I ask, how long do you sit? So that I can sit for 3 hours. It's one of the reasons. So wherever the job you are doing or how busy you are, if you have to sit for more than 1 hour, it's not just good. You just have to work around it.
Are you putting drivers in perspective as you're saying this?
Once they drive for 1 hour, they should stand up. They should park somewhere and let there be flow. Let there be flow in the body system. Even if you are inside, if you are traveling abroad, you are inside plane. At every 1 hour, you have to stand up. Go to the restroom. That's what I do. I stand up every 1 hour. I go to the restroom. If somebody, maybe I'm at the middle, someone is beside me. Oga, why are you? I have to.
All right. Let's open the phone lines. If you have questions, comments, feel free. You can put a call across on 0805 897 5897. 0805 897 5897. You can call us and ask your questions from Dr. Ajibade in the studio. You can also send messages on WhatsApp to 0805 897 5897. 0805 897 5897. Good morning. No matter the fertilizer used in planting, people don't eat healthy, as in eating 70% of fruits and vegetables, but they eat 90% of carbohydrates with more artificial sweeteners. Sedentary is a serious sickness, if not deadly. That's Madam Stella Uju sent that in.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay,
So
call back if you can. 0805 897
Yeah, this is a very interesting
one.
one. Alausa Wahid in the person says, good morning. Tell your guest that the back of goat and cow is pomo. Does it mean pomo is bad for us who like it? That's Alausa Wahid.
Doctor, let me put the caveat. Proceed
With caution.
caution.
Please don't touch our pomo.
While you're thinking about it, let's take this call. Because even the doctor was perplexed for a second. Hello, good morning.
okay. Okay. With regards to coffee, there are some blood group that can easily digest coffee. That coffee are good for, and why we have some blood group that coffee is not good on them.
When you say blood group now, can you spell it out?
We have 4 blood groups. We have A, we have AB, we have O, and then we have B. So those are the 4 blood groups that we have. There are some food that some blood group can easily digest, and why we have some that some blood group cannot digest. If you are able to identify your blood group, then you need a nutritionist. Like we have that department in our clinic, whereby if you just want to be fine with regards to the kind of food that you take, then our nutritionist will educate you. Take this, don't take this. This food is good for you. This food is not good for you. So if you understand, if you fall into a blood group that can easily digest coffee, you are good to go. But if otherwise, then it will turn to toxins. Then it will later lead to a disease in the body system. So everything we've said so far are just one, the first title, the headline,
Okay.
which I mentioned.
Yeah.
I will still have 2 more to go.
You can't escape that from
Please, Mama.
Because you said we should not eat the back of.
Does
Yes.
it mean Mama is bad for us who like it? Alausa Wahid is asking.
Just
Why are you amplifying it that way now?
the point is anything that feed on hormone, if it is natural hormone, like all those are rare chicken, local chicken, they don't feed on any hormones. Even anything that you are rearing and you are not feeding them with hormones, please go ahead and eat
What does it mean?
the back.
What does it mean you feeding them with
The hormone that will make them to grow fast.
to grow fast? Okay,
So those once it's natural, go ahead. But once the meat or chicken or whatever is, if the thing is fed on hormone,
then
you are taking, try and avoid the skin.
Okay, let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Thanks for holding on. Okay, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Okay. Okay.
So, Doctor, I want to appreciate you for checkpoint light. But I was thinking one of your checkpoints would be CO2. Like, what CO2 in the air and everything. What kind of it?
Okay. Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
It is. Yes. The second headline, which is preventive measures to healthy living.
Right.
So that's the second headline.
We might have to. We might have to shorten it to like
Okay.
3, 4, 5 minutes for you, so we can cover ground.
Okay. Yes. The first thing is you have to modify in order to prevent diseases from setting in. So you have to make sure that you modify your health, your diet. So make sure you eat vegetables, fruits, and natural things.
Okay.
Secondly, regular exercise, because exercise actually help your cardiovascular system, build your
Regular
muscles,
exercise, like
boost your immune
how
system,
many minutes?
like 10 minutes on a daily basis.
Okay.
So you can choose to jog, you can choose to do yoga exercise.
What about if I choose to walk?
Yes,
From
you
my house
can
to
walk,
bus stop as I'm
but
going
it has
work.
to with the aim of exercise. So
That's
having an assignment,
walking.
if having an assignment, if your boss sends you to do something at on that beach, saying, or you are out of transport fare, that one is stress. So it's different. Exercise it comes from mind.
Okay.
Exercise comes from mind. This one is
Okay.
exercise. Not that you don't have the money to move from here to under bridge Yanopaja, but it's just because you just want to exercise.
Okay,
Even
so once
so,
you make up your mind,
so
you
it's from the mind.
all right.
So furthermore, you have to ensure you have a good sleep, 6 to 7 hours minimum in a day, because that is when your body actually resets itself. Then you need to manage stress. As I said, you have to manage stress. Very important. Then limit exposure to harmful substances like smoking. It's not good. It affects the lungs. I have a lot of patients at the clinic right now having lungs issue. Now they've grown old, they're having breathing issue, they cannot breathe very well. So when we take their history, we realize they've been addicted to smoking. Even those that are not addicted, you can't cheat the body system. So body will later tell your health will later tell and respond to all these things. It might not be now, it might be later in future. So avoid alcohol, excess alcohol, avoid anything that is too much. Even radiation, avoid holding phone around. Too much of radiation is not good. It affects the body system.
We carry our mobile phones everywhere.
That's the effect of the technology.
So some people say it's not even good to put them under your pillow when you want to sleep.
Some people, anywhere you see them with their phones. So the radiation generates, these phones are generating, it's not good for health, it's not good for ourselves. So you have to make sure that if you are not using the phone, put them somewhere.
Yeah.
If you are in your bedroom, put them in the sitting room, let it be far away from you.
I use them as alarm.
Let it be far away so that if the alarm rings, not too far away, so that if the alarm rings, you can easily.
But doctor, yet again, some people by the virtue of their jobs can't even escape this radiation, because I'm sure radiation does not only come from phones. We have radiation from different machines that people work.
And that's why we have a drop in the lifespan now.
Okay,
so
this guy talked about the CO2.
Yes, that's the carbon emissions. So it's also another thing.
Okay, doctor, we'll go through the secrets very soon. This person has been calling.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live. Good morning. Okay.
All right.
So
we have some questions.
Okay.
So let's quickly take them. What about people like me that stand for sometimes 2 hours? What's the effect?
It is not good.
From it's not good.
Once you stand for 1 hour or 30 minutes, 1 hour is too long. 30 minutes, try and take a break.
Okay, find somewhere to sit.
Find somewhere to sit, security personnel, whatever. Once it's like 1 hour, sit down and stand again. Sit for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
So look for a way to make sure that you have a break. That is more applicable to security personnel. Standing for like 3 hours, it affects the body system. So let us avoid that. Then other things that we can use as a preventive measure is maintain a regular weight. I mean healthy weight. Obesity is linked to a lot of health diseases. Then you know your risk factor. If you have any genetic problem or you have a family history of a particular problem, then you have to ensure that you go for a routine checkup to ensure that you screen yourself whether you are also affected, because you have that in your family. So the screening is very important. Then you have to pay attention to your body signals. Once your body is telling you something, try and maybe weight change. There's changes in your weight, or you fatigue is setting in, you're getting tired easily, as and you don't normally feel that way before. Suddenly you just realize that you are getting tired, you are feeling weak, you can't sleep any longer. So these are signals that you need to pay attention to. And lastly, regular checkup. Most people don't do a regular checkup until the health system got compromised or diseased. So normally, as you take your car, as you take your bike, even your generator to mechanic to service, you need to also service your body system. Go for routine checkup. Check your health system, your body system, then you know if anything is coming up. You'll be able to approach and attack the disease immediately. So following this method, we are going to be sure, if you follow all this, that you are preventing any kind of diseases from setting in. So these are the preventive measures before we now go to the last one,
Alright,
which is
can we keep phone at arm's length? What happens to people that live close to masts?
it is not good.
So they should do what now, doctor?
It's that decision is yes. Our own is to tell you,
Alright, the truth is,
tell you what
majority
is
of
good.
Nigerians eat what sustain them for hours and not what the body needs. Balanced diet is no longer balanced. We consume what helps us through the day. Also, our method of preparing food sometimes is wrong. We overcook vegetables and underboil meat. Steve Doja in our papa. Let's quickly go to the last
last,
one. We
line.
have
Yeah, that's the
about
way
6
out.
minutes.
The
Yes, what's
secret.
the way out?
I'm going to expose us to two secrets, which is a way out for those that are deceased, those that are nursing one disease or the
The
other.
other.
Yes, please.
Let's
The way out to the health problem. Number one, they need medical help. And these two methods I want to talk about, they are actually a shortcut to wellness. I mean a shortcut. Number one is what is called cupping therapy. In Arabic, it is called ijama. And number two is what we call acupuncture. Acupuncture and this therapy are olden days method of treatment, but now people ignore it, and it is very effective. I mean, extremely effective in bringing wellness. Let me quickly talk about them: acupuncture and cupping therapy. Let me quickly talk about what the ijama is. The cupping therapy is an alternative way of treatment whereby we ensure that we accumulate blood in the body system, the toxins and the bad blood in the body system, and we suck it out. So because the 70% of diseases is as a result of circulatory problem. When there is no circulation, proper circulation of blood in the body system, then your body will be diseased. So when your body is flowing and or your blood is loaded with toxins, your heart circulates blood around the body. So when the blood flowing in the body system is being loaded with toxins, impurities, then that person will be diseased, will have one health challenge or the other. So the cupping therapy, this ijama we're talking about, has been an oldest medical therapy for thousands of years. The oldest Egyptian textbooks, the oldest Chinese textbooks, they mention this. As a matter of fact, they mention that it is a cure to all diseases.
I mean, even we have sportsmen and women who do it a lot. I see something Joshua doing it where they have different like cup-like devices around the body and all of those things. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes. Let me shock you. Even the old prophet of God, they all practice this and they also recommend it. We see this, even Prophet Muhammad also mentioned it, wasallam, and a lot of them. So they mentioned that it is a cure to all diseases, and this is how it is being done. We encourage accumulation of blood at a certain area. If somebody is having, since I've mentioned that it can address all diseases, there's no disease that it cannot treat. Doctors in the olden days, any disease patient that goes to them, they offer the treatment to the person. So what they do is they accumulate toxins, the bad bloods. They encourage the accumulation at the site where the person is having the problem. Then they will now do a little incision and extract the bad blood and the impurities out of the body.
All right, let's quickly talk about the second one. I'm looking at our time.
It's okay.
Yes.
The second one is acupuncture. It's Asian way of treatment, the Indian, the Chinese way of treatment. It is very famous. All the hospitals in China, Indian, they offer these services. It talks about, or it's all about the movement of energy in the body. So the concept is, once there is free flow of energy in the body, you will not fall sick.
Oh.
And the reason behind all diseases in the world is as a result of either the energy is low, or it is high, or it's not moving. That's stagnation. So acupuncture wants to make the qi, we call it qi in Chinese. So it wants to make the energy to move freely in the body. So once there is free flow of energy, which is the qi, the body will be very healthy and the body will look fine. So there's no disease that both acupuncture and the cupping cannot be used
Do you
for.
have access to these facilities in Nigeria?
Yes, we have a clinic. We have a clinic. We do both in our clinic, and that is one of the reasons why we are leading practitioners in Nigeria, because a lot of health issues, health diseases, that people have gone to several places, gone to several hospitals. We do go back to the olden days method of treatment, which is very effective, and it's something that you do. For example, I have somebody who visited from UK. The person has been having issue raising his hand, severe arthritis for several months. He has visited a lot of hospitals in the UK. But under one section of the cupping therapy, he was able to move the hand.
Wow.
So we have a lot of severe cases like back pain, arthritis, knee pain, digestive issue, infertility issue, erectile issue, infection, high blood pressure, then prostate enlargement, having cough, having hair problem, having goiter, immune system, and the likes. A lot of health issues that can be handled using this shortcut, because it's something that will give you results in no time.
Okay.
And it will, because most of what people are taking as a treatment is management. But these doctors in the olden days, using this kind of therapy, they normally ensure that people are out of the disease.
All right,
and
so
they are fine.
It's like a complete cure.
It's a complete therapy. It's something that once you do, if you do the hijama therapy, you will see the thing coming out from you. For example, you might see a very dark blood coming out of your system, or you see something like liver, cooked blood. Some will say, this can, indeed, this can be inside of them, and they will be healthy. It's something that immediately you do it, you begin to see different things coming out, toxins, bad blood, like meat coming out from the body system.
The interesting thing is we have access to it.
Yes, access. We practice that in our clinic.
All right, you want to tell us the name of your clinic, where it's located, and probably those who want to contact you, how they can do that.
Okay, we have our clinic at Abule Egba, and we have one at Ikorodu. So let me mention the Abule Egba. The name is IANS Natural Medicare International Limited. So we are at Abule Egba at 4-story building opposite Heritage Mall, U-turn bus stop, Abule Egba. There's 1-story building at that U-turn bus stop. So that's it. The building is facing the express, 4-story building beside an MPC. So why the one at Ikorodu is that before Last Protect, number 2, Daniel Sumano Street, High School Junction before Last Protect. Number 2, Daniel Sumano Street, High School Junction, Shagamu, Ikorodu Road. Ikorodu.
And for those who want to contact you,
yes, you can reach us or WhatsApp us, call or WhatsApp. The Abule Egba number. Okay. So our care number at Abule Egba 0803 869 0104. 0803 869 0104. why the Ikorodu care number is 0816 585 8582. 0816 585 8582. Then let me quickly add this. We also have facility for checkup at the clinic.
Okay,
For those who want to check general body checkup or scan or any kind of test, we have a facility that handles that at the clinic as well.
All right, so get in touch with Dr. Idris Ajibade, public health practitioner and certified specialist in alternative medicine. Thank you so much for joining us. On the
It's a pleasure
program.
having me. Thank you.
Thank you, doctor.
And that's how we wrap it up.